Well, hello. Uh, Today we are gonna see how we deal with the large sets of data. So today I'm going to how to tell you how to extract it, like how to scrap a web page, and also how to perform different operations on that data. So in this ICP, we are going to see like how we do tokenization and other bigram and trigram and other operations on the data. So first is to find out the accuracy of the data, like the finding the accuracy of the data that coming from the live web page that is automatically updating daily by daily. So in this first I'm doing this on a corpus. So first I'm going to import the first 20 new groups, which will be our web page dataset. So after that, I'm going to import all the packages I will be needing, and I'm going to use two classifiers today, that is multinomial NB and the SVC classifier. So first, I'm going to change the classifier to SVC, and later that I'm going to change the segments to bigram, and also I'm going to set the stop words to English, and I will check the accuracy of the score. So for now, first of all, I'm going to take a 20 train one variable, and in that I'm going to store the first 20, the subset categories, and like the categories of first 20 news groups into the 20 train one data set. After that, I'm printing the list of the target names in that data set. After that, I'm selecting particular categories, so my score will be calculated in these particular categories only. You can select any category that you want from the list that will be printing. So after that, so I'm going to print the target names here from the here in the 20 train data set. I'm going to put the categories in, like the whatever the categories I selected, I'm going to save them into the 20 train data set. After that, I'm printing the list of the 20, like the categories, and after that we are going to find out the score of accuracy of this data. So you see, I'm using this TF-IDF vector, which is useful to tell you that how a particular word in a document accurate, like how it changes the entire document. So the presence of this word, like the how many words are there, like the particular word, how many times it is repeated, like this type of accuracy changes the entire document. So it will change our scores too. So the TF-IDF vector tell you how a particular word or any particular sentence, how it changes the entire document. So after that, in the extrain TF-IDF, I'm going to include the 20 train data, like the TF-IDF vector. It will fit the it will like transform the data 20 train web 20 train data set, sorry for that, 20 train data set, it will fit into extrain TF-IDF variable. After that, I'm setting the classifier into SVC. So after that, I'm setting extrain TF-IDF and 20 train target data into the classifier. After that, I'm declaring the 20 test variable. After that, this that xtest tf-idf, here we have declared xtrain tf-idf variable. It is going to be xtest tf-idf data variable, which will be used to test the data. So into that, I'm going to fit the 20 test data that I have declared over here. After that, I'm predicting the test value, like it will be predicted using the SVC classifier. So here the data variable of classifier dot predict xtest tf-idf. So I'm predicting the values from this data using the classifier SVC. So this is the variable for the classifier I'm using. After that, I'm printing the score. This is the formula used to print, like I'm using to print the score. This will print the basic score of I will run the code for you and I will show it to you. You can see how the all the list of the categories printed later, that these are the selected categories. So it will take some time to print the score because the data is updating lively in the data set. So after that, I'm going to change the range by gram range, and after that I'm going to change the segment of stopwords to English to see how the data accuracy changes. So I have did the same here. So when you are initializing the vector, you have to change the n-gram range in 1, 2, and in here you have to set the segment stop words to English, and the score will be displayed here. This is the basic score when I'm using the SVM classifier. After that, you can see how the score of bigram, and after the score of setting up argument to stop words it results in. So just give it a moment and the score. So you can see the score for bigram, and after setting up stop words also displayed. So the first part is over. So now I will show you how to web scrap, like I have to scrap a website, and I'm going to create a file called input.txt, and I'm going to save the scrap data into that file. So I'm going to run this. You see, I'm running the entire, like the programs in this folder. So in this folder there will be a file called input.txt has formed because I'm going to use the Beautiful Soup to scrap the data, and this is the URL of the website I'm going to scrap the data from. So after that, in the variable res, I'm going to get the URLs, request URLs. After that, in the soup variable from the resp.txt, like I'm going to create all these URLs into a like the text file which is called as resp.txt. So after that, in the data variable, I'm going to find the class, this new MW parser output class, and this tag, and here it will open, it will create a new file called input.txt, and whatever the data you have scraped, it will save into that. I will show it to you. So this is my folder which I saved the entire, like which I'm using to save the programs in. So it is created a input file in here. You can see that. So you can see that the entire data I scraped in here, it is saved into here. This is the entire website data I scraped in here. So this is the second task we did, and let's go to the third one. In here I'm going to perform different tasks on the scraped data. So I'm going to do, so you can see the entire output over here. So I'm going to do the tokenization, trigrams, bigrams, stemming, and everything. So, and this is how the data entered is. You can see here. Tokenization is like each and every word in the data will be printed separately. It is tokenization, like splitting the data into tokens, and stemming is like that data belongs to particular class will be stored in a particular stem. It is called stemming, and trigram, bigram are depends on the range you select in the n-words range. That's how the words will be divided. So this is today's task, and this is ICP. Thank you.